हम्म, फिर स्टार्ट कैमरा ऑन कर लियो। यहाँ पे लाइट नहीं आएगी ना। हाँ।
Okay. Hello everyone. I hope I'm audible to you all. Am I audible? Just give me a thumbs up, or you can tap any of your favorite emoticons. Great, great. Thank you so much.
Your voice is little bit breaking.
Oh, oh. Okay. Give me a second. Am I audible now, guys? I think the voice. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Abhishek. All right. So, hello everyone. This is Vignanshi from Pregrad's webinar team, and I welcome you in our webinar session. Hope you guys are excited for the session. Am I right or am I right? Thank you, Parth. Thank you, Abhishek. Okay, so before starting the session, I have a couple of things to introduce. Some of you might know about it as you're joining the sessions regularly. And if you don't know, so please pay attention. And yeah, that let's just begin with the
Hi,
explanation.
hello, welcome.
So, first of all, Pregrad organizes this session every weekend, that is every Saturday and Sunday, for you guys who are looking forward to gain more knowledge in the booming domains right now. That is AI/ML, data science, data analytics, finance advanced, business analytics, and many more. And these are the complete free sessions that we hold for all of you who can take maximum advantages of the session, connecting with our best mentors as well. Apart from this, we have recently launched our project boot camps in the field of software engineering and AIML. So this you might know about it that we are offering free boot camps, recorded videos to you guys for absolutely for free, without any charge and without any registration fees or something. And also we have this one-month course available for LinkedIn optimization, prompt engineering, and for your communication basis, right? So if you want to know more about it, so I'll be dropping details for the same. Oh, okay. Let me just explain and then I'll join again once again, okay? All right. So these three are available.
Yeah, but
Directly from.
I to leave and join.
Okay. Should I leave and then join again?
We, yes, we can't hear your voice.
Okay. Okay. Give me a second. I'm so sorry. And this one month course also, I'll be sharing it in the chat only. So for all the details, recordings, certifications, notifications, everything you have to join the WhatsApp group. And yeah, that is it from my side. Also, we are having a very special guest with us today, sharing who will be sharing his insights around finance. So here is Deepak sir. Okay, so please welcome, sir. We welcome in our session and okay, okay, all right. So I hope you do love to connect with our students. You can please introduce yourself to our students. Let us know a bit more about you.
Sure. Thank you, Divyanshi, for that introduction. Good evening, everyone. Am I audible? Yep. Wonderful Sunday evening. I know it is tough to join and make out time, but I hope that it will be useful for you and for me as well, because I also get to learn from people whom I interact with. So, thank you for joining. About myself, Deepak Sethia. I'm based out of Hyderabad. I'm a chartered accountant by profession, close to 11 plus years of experience. Have been working in the corporate industry across six different companies, across different uh, roles and responsibilities that I've handled with MNCs, with startups, with founder-led companies. Currently, I've started on my own and I've founded F4 Finance, which is a finance and tax advisory and consultant firm. Yeah, I think we can take it further.
That's so nice. That's such a great introduction. I hope the session goes well. So you can handle it. Thank you.
All right, thank you. I'll start presenting my screen. Can you please allow that, Divyanshi? I have a small, PPT setup.
Sure, sure, sir. Give me a second. I'll just do.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, thank you. So welcome, officially kicking off. This is about how we would like to begin our journey from being a learner in finance to being a leader in finance. How should we scale up in our career? This is based on the experience that I have got in the last 11 years, and of course based on insights that I have from my network and my from my peers. So a short intro about myself. As I mentioned, I've worked with various companies like EY, started my career with that, then moved to Bosch, Dr. Reddy's, Capitaland, Reputation, New Globe. I'm a personal finance enthusiast. I love mentoring students and young professionals because I get to learn a lot from them and also, teach whatever I've learned in my life. I was part of the top mate sessions as well, just like how Pregrad has, invited me. Similarly, I was doing AMA, Ask Me Anything sessions. And by hobbies, I am a philatelist. Love collecting stamps, coins, and paper napkins. Sudoku and table tennis are my interests in my pastime, and I'm quite active on LinkedIn. So yeah, if you would like to connect, please reach out there. Moving on to our session, these are the broad range of topics that I would like to cover. And some rules before we start is that if you have any questions, because I am actually presenting my screen, I will not be able to see the participants and their actions there. So maybe if Divyanshi or anyone who would like to interact, please unmute and ask questions. Of course, we have a Q&A session at the end. But if you feel that it is relevant for that topic which we are discussing, please unmute and ask your question. How we would like to sequences about introduction of finance, what are the career opportunities and in education side in finance, what are the trends that we are seeing currently in finance in 2025 and in the future, and how should anyone scale their career in finance. A simple playbook that based on my experiences that I've created, which might help you, and how to go about your resumes, your interviews, and some of my personal anecdotes which I have experienced and what worked for me, what did not work for me, and a Q&A session. All right. So moving. So what is finance? In my sense, in if anyone asks me as a plain language, what is finance? Finance is, in simple words, art of managing money. How we earn it, how we spend it, how we save it, how we grow it for the future. Finance, as I understand, is a very important part for any of the businesses, for any ecosystem, because I think this is one industry similar to IT where it doesn't have any boundaries. You can help governments, you can help businesses, you can help students, you can help individuals, companies, everyone. Finance is important for everyone. I hope you all agree to that. And of course, it plays a crucial role in economic development and wealth creation for the country and for the individuals. So why finance? You might ask a question: why should we choose a career in finance? Of course, पैसा है, नाम में ही पैसा है, तो आपको पैसा भी उधर है. You get to handle people's money and you get to also earn reputation because health and wealth, these are the two very important things for any individual because they take it very dear to their heart, and we are fortunate that we have the 50% part of managing their wealth or managing their finances. So there is always a high demand for skilled professionals. So of course, working on our skills is very important. It provides excellent stability because you do not have any limitation of what kind of company should you work for. Any company that you take up, they have a finance function or they have a finance dependency. So that is why you have stability. Of course, not limiting to one company, but one area or one industry. Yes, you do have that stability and handsome compensation that you can expect in this industry or in this career, and vast array of specialization that we have, which cater to different interests. Moving on, so I'll tell you a story, or how I felt while I was preparing for this session, because what I wanted to give you all is real time knowledge and as close to the reality, that what are the opportunities are available, and what all have I worked upon, or what all am I seeing based on the trends in the industry. So it even fascinated me seeing how many opportunities have come up since the last 12 years, from the time I actually qualified as a chartered accountant to the time now. If I see, there are vast array of opportunities that even were not existent back then. So it is quite interesting that you are in a avenue where you have so many opportunities in front of you. Of course, that also leaves every one of you with a choice of plenty. You have too many things in front of you, so that also makes us difficult to choose. So let's hope that we are able to help you out there, pre-grad, myself, and other professionals in the market who can help you to make the right career choice and career opportunities for you. So, broadly, what I would like to walk through now or discuss is the opportunities that we have, and the career, education that you should be taking. So, what I've done is divided into few segments as to what kind of career opportunities do we have in finance. Again, repeating myself, if you have any questions, please let me know, because I am seeing the slide only. I do not have the visibility if there is any comment that is coming up in the chat box, or if someone is reacting or raising any questions. Please unmute and ask your question. Thank you. The first one that
Okay.
I've
I'm so sorry to interrupt. Guys, I have already given all this permission to others. So you can just unmute yourself in case here we can take the questions if the chat is not we cannot see the questions there in the chat. So you can unmute yourself. Thank you so much.
Okay, sure. Thank you. So the first, segment that I've divided the career options are into traditional or core finance. So finance, when someone speaks about finance, let's go back and ask the audience, what do you think are could be the opportunities in finance according to you, or what all have you heard while you are being a student or while you are preparing? Let me come back to the chat box if someone is typing. Shubhanshi Tiwari. You would like to add something, Shubhanshi? All right. I'll continue. So these are my observations and what are the general, core finance opportunities that you would see. One is the accounting and auditing, wherever you would find that it relates to financial reporting, about compliances, about handling the accounting system of the big corporates. So that is what is the core finance, which is accounting and auditing. Of course, auditing is on the assurance side, where you actually do the audit and certify that the accounts are fair and true. And accounting is the accounting part, where you actually do and prepare the accounts so that they comply with the accounting standards and the acceptable industrial practices. So in general, the accepted career opportunities that we have are these: CA, chartered accountancy; CPA, certified public accountant; CS, company secretary, which is for the compliance for corporates; CMA, chartered management analyst; CIMA, which is in UK and US, which is chartered international management analyst; and ACCA, which is of the UK. So these are the broadly, defined career opportunities. Of course, whatever I've listed out doesn't mean that the other, qualified professionals cannot do the job or cannot do the activities that I've mentioned here. These are broadly accepted, or broadly that we see that these are the types of professionals who actually do such, activities or such careers. Investment banking, as you would have heard, this is the trend right now. Anyone who is following the equity or the securities market, you would see lots of IPOs coming up of different companies which are getting listed. So that is all the role of an investment banker, where you give corporate advisory, you help them how to get listed, and you do M&A, which is mergers and acquisitions. I mean, uh, good examples are where last year you would have seen HDFC Bank and HDFC Limited, which was the NBFC, getting merged together. And of late, you would have seen the spin-off of the Godrej agro products. So these are some opportunities for a CFA or a MBA. CFA is Chartered Financial Analyst, who do more on the investment banking related technical heavy professional course. Then you have corporate finance, which is FP&A, budgeting, reporting. So these again are fall into the core finance categories, which is generally you would find a CA, CPA, CMA, CMA, MBA graduates, doing these courses or opting for these career opportunities. Banking, the core ones is the retail, corporate, and credit analysis. The new opportunity or career option that you can see is FRM, Financial Risk Manager. That is something which is on how do you mitigate the risk. That is generally helping us in doing the credit analysis. Credit analysis meaning, suppose a company approaches a bank for a loan, and then the banker would actually evaluate as to whether that company, based on their financials and based on their performance, whether they are credit worthy or whether the bank should actually support them with the required finance. So that is what is meant by credit analysis, and that is generally done by finance professionals like FRM, CA, CFA, and an MBA. Broadly defining other career opportunities that I've divided into investment of wealth. So this is on the wealth side, management that you see. So that is asset and wealth management, which is about mutual funds, about portfolio management services, about managing family offices, managing the wealth of HNIs, high net worth individuals. So for these, you have specific certifications from NISM, National Institute of Securities Market. It's a government-backed, agency that helps us in getting that certifications. CFP is Certified Financial Planner. CFA, CAIA is Certified Alternate Investment Analyst. So I think while I was preparing and while I was trying to jot them down, the challenge that I had was finance has so many broad categories that this session or the limited time that we have got may not be sufficient. Hence, I'm just touching upon the main aspects so that you get an idea as to what are the different opportunities that you as students can look forward in the finance sector. Financial advisory is about giving advisory on what kind of insurances, investments, that any corporate, because I'm not limiting it only to advice to an individual. It could be advices to businesses, because even businesses need insurance. That is life insurance, you have business insurance, you have asset insurance, and investments, because businesses make money. So in order to handle that money, you cannot just keep them in your current account. There could be better opportunities in the market. So how do you guide those corporates? That is investments and retirement planning. Of course, that is more on the people focused. So that is where CFP or CAIA comes into picture mostly. Private equity and venture capital is the talk of the town right now. Those all who have followed Shark Tank, the India season and the US season, you would have seen how there are founders now coming up. They are investing in startups. They are building startups. There are venture capitals who are investing in startups. So how to scale those companies? How to handle their exits for the investors? So this is a different niche category that is now coming up in the last 1 or 2 decades. So that is generally handled by a CFA or an MBA. Of course, not limited to these two professional degrees, but generally handled by them. Of course, you would see professionals who are CA or even non-finance handling these, but generally these are the preferred career options. These are the small niches, but they are the upcoming ones or the ones which are picking trend. Risk compliance and analytics, risk management. Of course, you would find them in consulting firms where a company. Suppose recently you would have heard that McDonald's is starting their corporate GCC, global capability centers in Hyderabad. So how is it? Is Hyderabad the right option for them to guide big corporates like McDonald's? There are companies like the Big Fours or the consulting firms who help them. So that is where how do you play out on the risks? The risk can be from the political, geographical, from the demographical. All these risks are generally managed, and that is being handled by FRM, Financial Risk Manager. Data analytics, which you would hear that Python, Excel, Power BI, all these you have different certifications that can help you. Emerging opportunities that you see, which is for the new age ones. The earlier ones were the core and the sidelined, and these are the emerging ones, which is about fintech. You would have heard of companies like Navi, about Scapia, about Fino Payments Bank. All these banks, they are from the fintech revolution. Of course, we cannot forget PhonePe, Paytm. All these things are from the fintech new age world where you have automation, digital currencies. So they you have MBAs which specialize in these sub areas, and certifications as well. Data science, which is on working on different data and making sense out of it, making analysis. That is the financial analytics. And ESG, which is again a niche sector as of now, but you have gained attraction in abroad and in India. ESG is environmental, social, and governance. So this is about sustainable finance. So the idea about big wealth creators and big business owners are that we have taken from the from the society, from the people. So let's give it back, and also give it back in a sensible manner, in a sustainable manner, so that the businesses and the wealth is also passed on to the next generations. So that is about sustainable finance. Why I've mentioned MBA is because I know my colleague and my good friend who has done an MBA from university in England, and she's now pursuing her career in sustainable finance and ESG. Freelancing and entrepreneurship, of course, that is something which I have chosen now. After taking the experience from the core finance, I was working there in the core finance sector. So you can freelance as a tax consultant, financial planner, or you can start your own firm, or you can work remotely as a contractor or a virtual CFO. So virtual CFO is something that you would find on professional groups on LinkedIn. That is basically where you provide the services of a CFO, of course, with little experience that you would gain, but virtually. You need not actually go and be present physically. So those are the new age, remote functions which has come up post, the COVID impact. So these are the broad career opportunities and what kind of education qualification is required, in my opinion. If you have anything else, I think we can discuss at the end. But this is what I could broadly, categorize. Next, what kind of trends are we seeing in finance, as we discussed? So, gone are the days where if you have got one degree or if you have one specialization, and if you're not adapting to what the trends are, you will not be asked, or you will not be, recognized, and you cannot scale up in your career. Now, what you're seeing is it is the era of automation and AI. AI is everywhere, and finance is not something which has been left out. AI is an aid to finance professionals. Even I use AI a lot. Of course, it is, there might be a fear that can AI replace. I would broadly say no, but if I think people who will get replaced eventually is those who do not use AI in their regular work, because they may not be able to either do work faster, or they may not know of what things are happening or how it can be done in a better manner. So people who may not use AI in their any work life, be it finance, be it IT, or be it any other profession, I think they are the ones who are at risk of being left behind by AI, and not directly AI. So I would urge everyone to keep a focus on it, and try to look at opportunities and educational options where you also learn about automation, because that is where all the big companies are focusing on. I have worked with Bosch, I have worked with Dr. Reddy's. All are reputed multinational companies, and all of them, I have seen a trend when I was there, is that they are trying to automate some process or the other. In Bosch, for example, You would recollect, it used to get thousands of invoices every day from vendor. And then there was one tool that we implemented, which is automatic reading of the invoices. So whenever invoice was scanned, it directly captured in a predefined set of options, and then it automatically posted the journal entry in the accounting system. No manual intervention, and that was done 10 years ago, mind you. Now I think Bosch accounting team and finance team would have done wonders by now. But it is 10 years ago when I was working in Bosch, and that is something that I saw back then when even AI was not even a term or a rage back then. Automation and AI, yes, it automates in training. So these are the slide will be available to you. So I'm not going through much in detail, but these are the broad things that are the trends that are shaping in finance. All the tools that we are using, be it Excel, because Excel is now coupled with Power BI. Power BI is more helping on the AI front. Any tool that you take, I mean, you would have heard about Tally, which is an ERP. Tally now has AI, which can automatically detect if there are any errors. It can do the analysis for you. So any tool that you pick up, which was prevalent uh, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, which are still there, but they have already embedded AI into them. They are either helping in doing great analytics, which you would not have caught, or you would have caught after spending a lot of time. So that is basically helping you in saving time, so that you can give results effectively. What people want now is not only data, but how do you make meaning out of that data? I think that is more relevant and important to any of your customer, to any of your employers, your any peers, any person whom you're talking to. And this, what I'm speaking, is not only relevant in your career, of course, outside your career also. Like, suppose when you're in a group of friends, when you're talking about something, if you just give data to your friends, it might just catch an interest for a short time, and then it gets diverted to any other topic, because the average attention span of a human being has reduced to almost 8 seconds. So what actually catches, or in the current terminology, what actually hooks your attention is how you give meaning or story to that data. So that is very important, where AI can help us. So I would urge everyone to make use of any AI technologies that you could find. There are many courses available in the market, even one which is from the government of India. Those are free courses available online. One of them, which I have also subscribed to, is from the government of India. If you would Google AI course in finance, government of India, you would find them. I do not recollect the name of the organization which is providing that, but you have those courses as well, which actually helps you in Python, in AI, all these things. Blockchain and crypto, these. Okay. Blockchain and cryptocurrencies is again a disruptive force in what we are doing traditionally, and how that has been reimagined in the current scenario. Sustainability and impact investing, something that we read about earlier. ESG reporting, it has picked up in the foreign. In India, ESG reporting is not mandatory for all the listed companies. Listed companies, I mean, as you would understand, is something that is listed on the stock exchanges of India, like BSE and NSE. The likes of Tata Group, Reliance, Adani, Wipro, all these things. So as of now, it is not mandated to all the companies, but it will slowly pick up, because that is where the industry is moving forward. So this is a nice niche area that you can pick up
जी
if that is catching your
हेलो
interest,
हाँ
about
बिल्कुल
impact
देख सकते हैं
investing. That is, if there is a new project coming up, a
वन
government
वॉचिंग
of a state government is planning to start a hydro project in an area of, say, 15 acres of land. So what is the impact that it would create on the ecosystem, on the environment?
Live.
There are studies which is done by professionals. So that is something which we are speaking
हेलो
about
वाली
here.
जो कराई थी
Regulatory
उसपे
changes, of course, in the last 11 years of my career and 3
19
years of
व्यूज
my
थे
articleship, 14, 15 years, I have seen changes of GST getting implemented, demonetization happening, the new GST 2.0 reforms that we have seen, new Companies Act that has come up into picture, a new Income Tax Act that got passed by the Parliament very recently. So these are already the things that I have seen in the last 14, 15 years. And of course, with the times that are changing, you would see lots of regulatory requirement, changes and international regulations that are impacting. You would have heard about the H1B visa, that the information that came out last night. So all these regulations and changes impact us also, who are sitting in India and doing their work. So it is important that we keep track on it, and these are the changes which impact how the finance industry would move forward. I again emphasize on continuous learning. Always keep up with the new tools, new softwares. Look out for certifications. I also am in the process of again, trying to hone my skills and catch up with the recent trends, so that I do not get outdated and I catch up with the market, reforms that are happening. So always look out for those tools, softwares in the respective areas that you would like to do in. Upskilling in data analytics, machine learning, fintech, so these are some things that are good to have and would definitely help you in the future. Uh, Scaling your
Hello.
career. So yeah, hello.
Sir, can you suggest some AI finance tools to learn? Specific
AI finance
finance.
tools.
Finance.
Sure,
Yes, sir.
sure, sure. So I think Power BI is something that I would recommend. Anyone who is using in finance, because Excel is the bread and butter, as I would say to any finance professional. So Excel coupled with Power BI, that would help you in analytics and churning out meaning out of good data. Python is again a very good support, a very complementary tool that can be used, and SQL queries, because what is required is in the future when you would like to automate any processes, you would like to make it look faster and make it happen quicker. So that is where all these queries come into picture.
So, sir, can you heard about Anaplan tool?
Anaplan, no, I have not heard. Would you like to tell if you're aware?
Also, it's about it helps in forecasting the numbers in finance. Or
All right.
someone suggests me
Absolutely.
that you should have to learn. This is a very trendy tools, so that's why I asked.
Sure, sure. So I think what I was mentioning about were these, basic tools and the core tools that is required. Anna tool is something what I understand is that would help you in, doing the forecasting and analysis. Of course, a great tool to have. That is something similar is that we have used in my previous organization. I think there are niches in that further. Like you have some tools like workflow, which actually helps you in tracking how you would close your accounting period and how the reportings would get reported. You have tools like Expensify, which automate all the reimbursement claims of your people, and they will directly post into the accounting just to make things faster. So I think Anaplan is something like that. It sounds like a great tool. I think it's good to have and to know about it.
Sir, I am going in a financial analyst field, so that's why I am researching out some tools which helps to me.
No, absolutely. I think you're on the right track. And because you would like to have a career in financial analysis, the tool that you mentioned, Anaplan, is I hope it's a great tool and it would help you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yep. Thanks for sharing, man. I think yeah, that's how. So that is why I like talking to people and young professionals, because even I get to learn about new things that are in the market, and surely I would like to explore after the session is done about Anaplan. Uh, Next, moving on to how you would scale your career. So I think once you have decided as to what kind of opportunity and what kind of professional qualification you would like to pursue, how you should actually scale in your career and how to get an entry there. So, of course, core skills, building your core skills. The reason why I'm emphasizing on technical skills is that is like a base for you. It is something like when you're a student, you cannot just ignore or demean the importance of the primary education that is required in your life, because that shapes as to how you would take your secondary and higher education and make use of it. So that is why technical skills is something which is very important, and this is the basic thing which you should know, even if there is support of AI for you in the current scenario, in the current world. Because if AI gives you some terms, or how would you actually try to understand as to what AI has given you? AI is based on prompts. You would ask them that, give me a financial plan based on the current inputs that I have for the last 3 years, and it would give you a financial plan. It would even analyze for you if you would like to do that. But how would you make sense and how would you communicate it to the people? I think what is more important here is to understand. You take the help of AI, get all the information, and then communicate it to your stakeholders whom you would like to explain. It can be your manager, it can be your professors, it can be your family members, your friends, your network, or an audience that you have in front of you. Because you cannot show that this is the result that I got from AI. AI is only aiding you. So you take help of AI, make the best use of it. But why you need technical skills is to understand as to what AI is telling you. Because if someone says that AI gives you an analysis that the turnover has increased 15% YOY, people should you should know what is turnover, what is YOY, what is margin, what is gross profit, so that you can explain. Because when you are in the boardroom, when you are you have achieved a position in life, when people are depending on you for making those financial decisions, when companies are dependent on you, you need to take quick decisions, and for that your basics should be very strong. That is why I am emphasizing on these technical skills, which is about financial modeling, analysis, just like how a gentleman just mentioned. Mastery of Excel, yes, because that is the bread and butter. What I would see, any software that I am seeing is a layer or better version of Excel. But if you know Excel, because not all have moved out of Excel yet, so knowing Excel is what I would still say is very relevant in the age of 2025. Knowing accounting softwares and financial tools, softwares that I have worked upon are SAP, Oracle. Yes. Okay, no worries. That I have worked upon are SAP, Oracle, Workday, Yardi, Navision, Microsoft Navision. So these are the tools that I have worked upon, but there are many other tools like Tally. Tally, of course, yeah, I have worked upon, still do. Zoho, you have Odoo, and you have uh, QuickBooks, you have Zero. There are so many softwares and so many tools that are available. So it is, what is important is that you know about them. You need not have a hands-on experience, but just know you have so many videos and content available online. Just understand what are the different types of softwares and tools that are available, and then you would get to know as to what is useful to you and which you should actually learn to help you out. And understanding the market trends and the financial statements, because you being a financial professional, you are expected to understand the numbers and make sense out of it. And the best source of any financial performance of a company are the financial statements, and that is why I'm emphasizing that you should understand how to read, do the basic reading. Of course, there are now AI tools that help you in deciphering the shareholding report and the annual report, which runs into hundreds of pages and give you a short summary. But that two-page summary which you get, you should be able to understand. That is what I'm trying to say. I'm not telling you to go through all, because you should do smart work in current age, but also be smart enough to understand the results. Next is about soft skills building. Very important. Of course, also quite neglected, because one this is my personal experience. When I was hiring for different roles across different positions, when I was leading the finance function for my previous company, what I've seen is people have that knowledge, people are able to execute it on Excel, on different softwares. But when it comes to communicating, whether it is verbal or visual, when you are talking to someone on a video call, because you are now standing in two different countries, and how you are talking on emails, on chats, that is very important with the clients, with your team members, with your management, with your stakeholders. I think that is very important. So effective communication is quite important as to what is there in your mind should actually be understandable to the other people. Critical thinking and problem solving, I think that is important not only for a finance professional but for any professional, because you have problems everywhere, and you need smart people who can understand those problems, work a solution for it, and give that solution to the other person who is seeking a reply to that problem. So very important that we do a critical thinking and try to develop those skills. Negotiation skills, of course, that again is not restricted to finance. Negotiation can be as simple as when you're talking to your parents to get something done. Of course, a very mild version and a very jovial format. But yes, negotiation skills very important as a human being, as a professional, to get things done in the right way for you. What works for you. Next, very important that I have realized, which you would see in the top box. I mean, if everyone agrees to this, this is very important. Maybe it plays a more important part down the line when you are growing in your career, which is networking and personal branding. Good examples are, any professionals that you look up to now, they have already a personal brand and they have a great professional network. This is something that I have learned in the last 7 years, 6 to 7 years only. I did not have this understanding, or I did not emphasize much in the initial 5 years of my career. Very important, because down the line, that is how people would recognize you, and you will be rewarded later on as to the knowledge that you're possessing, and the way you can actually engage people, because that is how the trend is going on for finance and non-finance things. You need to have a great professional network, professional, personal, anywhere. That network can be, offline, online. Of course, I have a playbook where I have mentioned these in detail, so I'll walk you through at the end. Please, have patience till the end. But very important, and I think out of all these things, uh, I will put networking just beside technical. Other things, yes, of course, soft skills just below that, but networking, which is again a byproduct of having a good soft skill, is very as equally important as having a good technical skill, because technical skill would help you to get, in your initial career, to have that step, or to have that first door opened. But to have the next doors opened, and so that you reach the throne or the pinnacle where you would like to be, networking is going to help you more than the technical skills that you possess. And this, I mean, you have so many examples in social media where you can see that this has helped a lot of people do their things in life. Certification and education, very important. This is also again something that I've emphasized at the end. Have a professional qualification, at least one, a good degree and good specialization that you're looking for. Climbing the ladder or venturing into entrepreneurship, of course, this is a choice that people would like to make, whether doing good as a great finance professional in big corporates, or starting into your own. So these are the things that is important. But for both of them, what is important is having the leadership skill, the mindset of a leadership, the vision of a leader, the entrepreneurial mindset. I think that is important, and it is common whether you would like to start on your own, or whether you would like to reach or lead a team. It is not only about reaching, being in the C suite like a chief financial officer or a head of finance. Even when you are contributing, being as an analyst or being as a subject matter expert in a big organization, what is important for you to go to the next step is having a vision and a thought that how you could help yourself, how you could use your skills for the benefit of the business that you're helping in. So that is very important, to have that mindset. Yeah, so this is the playbook, and a very important part of our session today is what I would emphasize here, is the playbook as to how uh, it is important for us. I have noted it down based on the understanding and based on the things that I have come across in the last 15 years of my professional journey, including my CA articleship, as to how these have actually played importance in my life in making me stand where I am currently. And I'm very happy with the things that I've done in my life, and I'm looking forward to do better. And these are the things that have helped me, so I would like to also share it with all of you. The first is networking, as I have mentioned, very important. And out of all these things, I have mentioned networking at the top. Offline, online, both are important. I think I should have put and instead of putting an or. Both are important, because offline helps you in understanding the real time feedback, and you have that real time connect, because uh, AI, what AI misses out is on the human touch, is on the human feeling, and that is what any offline networking would help you. So that is a prime importance. And online, of course, LinkedIn is the best tool, something that I have been using for the last 12 years. a great tool to do to build your professional network online. Networking offline, how you can do that? I think it is covered in point 2 and point 3, which is attend finance conferences or any conferences that you have. The things, finance conferences could be, organized by your university, by your school, could be by the, industry that you're working in, or by the professional degree that you're choosing. Suppose you would like to do CA. So ICA, Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, conducts different finance conferences for students and for its members. Try to attend them. If you would like to do CPA or CFA, each charter, each professional body has their own conferences. Please search for them online and try to attend them. Some of them could be, free of cost if budget is your criteria, and some of them are paid. But trust me, once you have entered this career, it is very important to attend these conferences to build your image, to build your personal branding. Join forums and networking groups. Forums in the sense, they could be in your community, they could be in your building, they could be in your organization itself if it's a large organization. Like I was part of the volunteering group in Bosch for the entire India, where we used to conduct the sports, and that is where I made good friends with whom I still have that connect. uh, Join networking groups. I am part of few groups like Jito, which is Jain International Trade Organization, PPF Terapanch Professional Forum. I'm a Jain, so we have a professional forum where I have like-minded people, uh, and different networking groups like Topmate was one that I was part of. I am part of. So there could be any other groups. There are groups on Reddit. There are groups on uh, X. There are groups on LinkedIn which you can join and try to get engaged. See as to how people are thinking. That would actually give you a different perspective of how people are thinking, how the finance is growing, how the finance uh, you know area or the finance sector itself is growing, and how they are thinking about it. Join some startup groups. There are groups on LinkedIn available. Join founders groups, how founders think. So that actually helps, and that is what has helped me to understand as to how to have a business mindset. University or alumni groups, I think something that Pregrad, I'm not sure if they have a community. I think that is a good option where you can actually join communities like those, or you would have some your university or alumni groups which try to be an active part of them. Any events which catch your interest, try to attend them, physical, digital. Please make it a point to at least attend one in a quarter, one in every 3 months. So at least four conferences that you would do or attend. Take one digital, one physical, 8 conferences, any whichever you would like to do out of all the things that we have discussed or we will discuss. Take one each quarter, one physical, one online, and try to attend them. You would see the difference as to how your knowledge would increase, how you would have that network, and then that would, you may not see the benefits of having a great network right up front or in the future, but that would come at a later point of time where you may not even think, and they would come to your help or you would be of some help to them. Great tool for anyone to have as an individual. Meetups and local events. I generally research or check a tab on eventbrite.com, all conference alert for local events. I am from Hyderabad, so I keep a check on the events that are happening. I keep a check on non-finance events as well, because I do not want to be just known as a finance professional. I have other interests which I would like to pursue as well. Like as I mentioned, I'm a stamp collector and a coin collector, so I am part of a philately and hobby society in Hyderabad. I'm a managing committee member there, and I enjoy going there every fourth Sunday. So it's a monthly meetup that we do. We talk about like-minded topics. So that is how you develop network. uh, Local chambers of commerce, CII, Confederation of Indian Industry. FTCCI is from Telangana. T-Hub is again Telangana. But anything which is relevant to your city, your state, try to join them. Try to attend their local events that they conduct. Some of them are free of cost, and some of them are at a nominal value for students. So please make use of it and try to attend those events to build your network. Books, finance, newsletters, newspapers. Of course, I'm not sure how many people do this, but yes, there are great books that everyone should, be in touch with and read. take it as a habit. May not be for people who have not started, just 5-10 pages every day, uh, keeping aside our social media. That is something which even I would like to inculcate. Books specifically, I read a lot of blogs, read a lot of newsletters online, but physically is something that I'm looking forward to. And even 12 years into my career, I would like to pursue that. So read newspapers. I think on the Finance, Economic Times, and ET Wealth are something that I really enjoy because I'm a personal finance enthusiast. I love reading about personal finance. So ET Wealth is a great tool for me. It helps me a lot. I hear, I listen to podcasts while having walks after my dinner, my lunch, or when I'm commuting in my car. So good podcasts are available. Something that I listen to are Fin Shots, the Daily Brief, Pesa Vesa. These are great, and I recommend for a good finance knowledge. It's just brushing up on keeping tab on the finance events that are happening. YouTube channels, of course, whichever you like. I follow few. Uh, I'm sure you would already have figured out your list. So please reach out to them. Of course, if there is any advice on the, because you have other things also, please use the disclaimers which are available. Movies, series, shows, another medium of having those content so that you understand what finance is. So the things that I would recommend is The Big Short. It's a very nice film. It's about the 2008 financial crisis that happened in the US market. A great film on explaining that topic. If someone is interested, please go and watch that. The Scam series, two have already come out on Sony, and there's a third one in the making about the Sahara fiasco. The founder is about the founder of McDonald's empire. Great movie. These are three which I could recollect now. Of course, I've seen many more. And if you have anything, please mention in the comment for everyone's notice. I think these actually. So what I'm trying to say is just inculcate the habit of being around the topic that you like. Do not leave that, because what would happen is down the line when you are in your career 5 years working into it, out of the things that you had learned, not all of them you would be implementing. But what I do is, because in my CA I had say 5-6 core subjects which I was taught, and I might as of now be implementing only 2 or 3 at the max, in order to keep track on the other subjects that are of my interest, but that I'm no longer using actively. I actually depend on these other things to like books. I read podcasts. I meet people. I attend events to understand on the topics and the progress that is happening on the other side. Uh, yes, of course. Pro tip: don't just join these platforms. Try to be an active contributor and active participant in any of those platforms or forums that you do. The last, I think we are at the end, where I would like to emphasize about these are the things that I've observed about resume, about interview, because these are the things that would help you to enter and get a job in the corporate world. So as you can read, this is the quote that is generally quoted in finance by finance gurus: is the goal of resume is not to get you the job, the goal is to get you to the interview. Because uh, as I have, which is being covered later, I would explain you the importance of a resume and an interview. So these are some statistics. I think I will just pick up the important ones. Is the average recruiter currently has attention span of only 7 seconds for scanning your resume. So now you understand there, on an average, there are 250 people applying for any position on LinkedIn, average, and 250 you have just 7 seconds to show what you are capable of. So make the best use of your resume, because that is the first impression that comes even before you are physically or digitally present in front of them. So that is very important that you make use of that tool or that weapon to your benefit. uh, Resumes, yes, they get rejected, 75% of them, because of errors, typos, or formatting. Of course, some of them might call it old school, but yes, that is the fact that we're seeing. ATS, a very important thing is that you use the keywords from the job description. because there are some companies that use applicant tracking system. Not some companies actually. Almost half of the recruiting companies use ATS, and those who use the same keywords which are described in the job description that you get, or in the call when the recruiter briefs you, you are 2 to 3x more likely to pass that system and get to the next stage. Try to keep your resume shorter because you are at the start of your career. So try to keep it one page maximum. That will increase your chances of getting selected. Soft skills, as I mentioned in my earlier slide, is that they now matter as much as technical skills. And 70% of the employers, as per a survey, they say that it is equally important, because what we have seen is people are good at the knowledge that they have, but they are not able to communicate or get it done, and then that is of no use to the company. So please have your achievements measurable. Please try to include them in measurable. Example that you would see is increase revenue by 50%, 15%. Of course, when you're students, you may not have these metrics, but try to showcase your skills as to how you would like to contribute in the role that you're applying for. If you have any leadership skills, any networking skills, any team playing skills, please try to showcase that. Any volunteering activity that you would have done, any forums that you would have attended. I think these are great things to add to your resume when you are still a student and when you're applying for your first job. Try to attend few events and try to get some references wherever possible. If you have done any project, if you have done any internship, try to get references from them. They will help you in landing the first job a lot. Try to attend mock interviews, attend those sessions, attend those networkings, and try to jot them down in the resume, because that is where it will help you and the interviewer to understand as to what you are actually made up of. These are the tips that I have tried to jot it down. Tailor to the role. Use the exact keyword from the job description. It really helps. Understand your job description. Ask your questions in your first call. I think it is always smart and prudent to ask the questions which you feel are very relevant for you when you are trying to do your job, because whenever a recruiter asks you, do you have any questions, and if you genuinely have, please ask. Do not hesitate. Do not wait for your next round, because we are not sure if we'll get a chance for the next round, and sometimes asking the right questions can land you to the second round. Focus on core skills. Have certifications. Keep it clean. One page is for students in early career, two page is for little senior level. Simple formatting, and showcase your soft skills. That is what we discussed: networking, leadership, team activity, team building. Try to showcase them in your resume. Interview tips: master your technicals. Of course, sharpen your technical knowledge. Showcase awareness and industry knowledge. How you would gain that? Based on the things that we discussed in the playbook, by going through those different things. Ask smart questions. Be it anyone, be it your hiring manager, be it the CFO of that company. Ask smart questions. It is very important to ask those questions which are relevant to you and to the company equally. People appreciate that. I appreciated when the prospective candidates came to me and asked questions which were of great insight, which actually made us think that this person has actually put some thought in understanding this role and how that he or she can contribute to that role. So very important to ask those questions. I think this is the last anecdote and the parting notes that I have for all of you. uh, what I would like to mention is the things that I have learned. So I am trying to capture the things that happened to me. The first one is the cold messaging on LinkedIn or emailing. Believe it or not, till my last job search, which I was doing 1.5 years ago, I was doing cold messaging on LinkedIn, and I was doing sending cold emails to recruiters. How do I get that? Most of the times you would know who the recruiter is on LinkedIn. Try to send them a connection request, and once that is established, try to ask them in a professional manner, polite, because otherwise you would get blocked. That can work like magic. It did for me. I'm going to show you a live example of the chat which happened when I was joining my fourth company, Reputation. And cold emails, send them that this is an opportunity that I found at, say, Naukri or Indeed, or discoverable or on LinkedIn, and I'm interested to approach and apply for this role, please consider my profile. Of course, the content chat, any AI tool could help you in drafting that more professionally, but this is the content. Now let me show you one example and let me know if you're able to see the screen. Can you see my screen? Hello. Can you see my inbox of LinkedIn?
We can see the
Hello.
No.
Oh, you cannot? Okay, one second. Let me stop sharing. I'm actually trying to show you my LinkedIn inbox and a live example of something that I did 4 years ago. Can you see it now?
Yeah,
Yes.
yes.
Okay, so see, this is the recruiter, and you please, focus on the timeline and how I did. This is one of the cold messaging that I did on LinkedIn. Of course, I applied through the post directly. This is something that I did over and above the applying, because you would see, easy job, easy apply, or apply on company's website. What I have done is, apart from all of these, so what has happened, as you can see, is this was the recruiter whom I sent a request, and then on in February 2021, this is what I have written, and uh, I would be willing to share my LinkedIn profile, and just within 2 days, as you can see, of course, uh, going back in hindsight, I can say luck favored me, but had I not taken this chance, I would not have even landed up the role of leading the India operations of finance for reputation, where I spent 3 years and enjoyed doing that. So this is where the recruiter then mentioned that she has shared with the hiring manager, and you would see the next day I got a message that on Monday there is an interview scheduled, and then you would see that there is discussion happening about. So these are the questions that I asked on the call as well. You will be talking to whom, because I wanted to know whom I would be speaking to, what is their designation, and this is the communication that happened. And the I was in contact with the recruiter all the time. What would be the next steps is what I asked after a gap. So it is also important to respect the professional boundaries. My interview happened somewhere on February 24th, so I took 4 to 5 working days time and then asked on first, and that is where she again gave me a call and she explained that there will be a final interview at 9:30, and that's it. So then, as you can see, on 10th they were asking me for the documents, because that is where by that time everything worked in my favor, and they were about to release the offer letter. And at the end, as you would see, that uh, I have, because on 18th of March you could see that got it at this. I landed with the offer letter within a month, from Feb 18th to March 18th. So why I wanted to show is the power of cold messaging that worked for me. I hope that also works for people who are listening here, the attendees here. What I'm saying is apply to all the mediums that are there. You apply through LinkedIn, apply to Naukri, apply through the Easy Apply, but do that extra, go that extra mile, do that extra step of just understanding who the recruiter is. Do not spam them, because that in today's world it would go against you, which you cannot even imagine. Be professional in your approach. Send them emails if you have got their email. Sometimes they mention in the job description, and try to be professional in asking a request on LinkedIn. And once that is done, you can just express your interest to apply for a job. And I have done this. So what I'm trying to show you is the one success that I got. I do not have the time, but I could have shown you about the numerous unsuccessful, messages and emails that I've sent. So why I mentioned is it can work like magic. It did for me, but I'm not saying that it will all the time. Out of the 50 to 100 attempts that I did, there were 2 or 3 where I got response. So what I'm trying to say is, if you would not have taken those steps, if I would not have taken those steps, even those 3 chances I would have missed, and maybe one job altogether. So that is what is I would like to mention. Please use these, you would see many stories where there are peoples and founders who have cold emailed their investors, and then now it's a success story. For you can Google and you will find many stories like that. Interview with DE Shaw is something that I would like to share quickly as to the importance of resume. D. Shaw, as you know, it's a investment firm, a very reputed one and known for its, pro-centric employee culture. It was my best ever interview. Reason being, it scanned all the sections of my resume, because what I've seen in my other interviews until now is only a few sections relevant to that company would generally be asked or would be a topic for discussion. But D Shaw, they scanned everything, even my personal interests. That I was a Sudoku champion, one of the top Sudoku champions in Hyderabad. I was a NI student reporter. So they asked me, "What did you do there?" So what I want to say or emphasize is your resume, whatever you put there, first of all, it should be correct, true, and you should be able to substantiate it with examples or the things that you have put there, because you could be asked anytime, anywhere. Ultimately, of course, I was not able to crack the final round of this interview. There were 6 rounds in total. I went till the fifth. I was. It was disheartening, but I was happy that I could gain this experience, and hopefully that I could share it with people who might be able to, who can be given help with this. Uh, the third thing which I wanted to mention is an example of Shark Tank pitch. Uh, I'm sure many of you would have heard about the Shark Tank, because currently they are now in season 4. So quite rounds it has done in social media. Why I wanted to bring this example is to differentiate between a resume and an interview. So resume is like your financials. It is like your financial report. It is what everyone would see. But a pitch to the investor that you would see on Shark Tank when founders are actually pitching, that is your interview. So that is the difference. Of a resume, because without that you might not even get selected. Just like in Shark Tank, if you do not give the right financial numbers in the screening, you might not even end up actually going for a pitch. But after your resume is done, what mainly matters is how you do and perform in the interview, how you project yourself in the interview. So that is where the investor pitch example is what I would like to give for Shark Tank. So I hope this is relatable to you, and you try to understand the context that I'm trying to put here. Parting notes. I mean, at the end, I would like to mention: try your hands at whatever you like. You are in your late teens, is what I understand, or maybe in your early 20s. Uh, you have time with you. Try to do whatever things come to your mind. Of course, with doing careful research, but ultimately, whenever you want to choose a career for yourself, maybe 5 years down the line or 10 years down the line in your career, stick to what works out for you and your family, because that is what matters the most at the end. Have a plan B always while executing a plan A. Suppose your plan A is to get into a job, get into a corporate, always have a plan B, is something that you would like to do. It can be entrepreneurship, or it can be about going into any other company that you would like to do, or further pursuing higher education. Always have a plan B and start working on it. How that would help is, whenever plan A won't work for you, plan B is something which will come to your rescue. That is something which I have tried in my professional journey. My entrepreneurship journey was actually a plan B for the last 4 years, when I was actually a corporate leader as a plan A. So plan B actually helped me, and that has now become my plan A. I'm now in search of my plan B right now. The next one is have at least one professional degree. Don't juggle between many. What I've seen my peers, my friends also, where they are doing 2 3 simultaneous professional degrees, and many of them couldn't pursue any one also, or complete any one completely. So do not juggle unless they are complementary. Like I did my bachelor's of commerce and CA together for 2 years, because they were complementary, and that is how it worked in my favor. But I mean, you're your best judge. Have one professional degree at least in your life, and take regular feedback. I mean, that is what I would like to tell to all the professionals who are here, and to the students. Take regular help, take regular feedback, have mentorship. That will help you. That's all. Thank you. Thanks for being patient listeners. and hearing me out and my journey. I hope this would have helped you. I am open to any questions that you may have. Divyanshi?
Okay, so now we'll take the questions. We so far we are having only one question here in the chat box. Now we are getting questions. Okay, so the first question is from Bhupendra. So can you help me? Okay, I'm pursuing MBA. How can I get a job in auditing role, like statutory audit or risk audit?
Okay, interesting question. You would like to pursue a course in auditing and you are an MBA. Of course, MBA, you have the finance background, so you understand all the things. I think what could help you is taking courses. There are big fours, which Deloitte, KPMG, EY, and PwC. These, and of course GT and BDO, they are rising up, and these are the big six. So these, what I have generally seen is they hire mostly in audit from the CA fraternity, of course, but they even have some certification courses which can help you in getting into audit. One of them is gaining an understanding into IFRS and Ind AS. Uh, these are the accounting standards, which are something which will be used in your audit career as well. So try to get those certifications. And the other thing is they also hire sometimes from top, MBA schools, top tier schools, directly into the consulting role. uh, may not be into audit. So if getting into audit, I feel it is a chance not so easy. But what I would recommend is get those certifications and apply for those. Again, the same thing that we are discussing is that have a great understanding of the concepts which are required in auditing. Try to gain an understanding about those. It's about the auditing standards, which all these big fours and big sisters take a seminar upon. So get that certification, and most likely the certification, which company gives you the certification, they are most likely to hire you. So I think those are the chances. And second thing is about using referrals, about making connections in all these big fours. I have many connections. I mean, we can get connected on LinkedIn. Try to get connections in the big four, in the companies that you're eyeing for. Talk to people there, and then try to get referred through those, because those will increase your chances of landing a role into the audit sector.
Okay, great. Next
Hello,
we
sir.
have okay. Okay, fine.
Hello.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Sir, my name is Bhupendra.
Yes, Bhupendra.
Sir, actually, our placements are started. So we have an opportunity for MGB advisory.
Okay.
Sir, the role is for statutory audit, internal audit, and risk advisory.
Sure.
Sir, I have skills like um Excel, Power BI, and I have worked it for in Tally with CA firm where I learned Tally with GST. Sir,
Sure.
how it will be helpful for my placement for MGB?
I think you're on the right track of the skill sets that you possess. What I understand is that you have worked on the softwares that are generally used for supporting you in audit and in advisory roles that you're preparing for, and you have also worked at a CA firm, which is whose core objective is to work around audits and about risk advisory. I think if you, first, if that role is offering you both the things, which is a package, then I think it is a great opportunity for you, because you would get to learn two things which we discussed in our career opportunities. One is an assurance on the audit side, and second thing is on the consulting and the risk advisory side. So one is about understanding and recommending to businesses, and the second thing is to evaluating the business. So if your job description has both, then I think your skill sets on your technical knowledge and your business understanding, that will help you a lot. So what I see is your auditing side, I think, would have already been addressed through your internship experience or through the skills that you possess. On the risk advisory, if you would like to do that, and because this is your first job, what I understand is that you have some understanding on the business trends that are happening. Try to understand about what transactions are happening in the market, like uh, you know uh, for example, Geo acquiring, earlier Reliance had acquired the Hamleys, uh, you know, toy shop. So try to understand what went behind that, who were the things. I think that will give you the edge over the others, Bhupender.
Thank you, sir.
Sure, welcome.
Okay. So the next question is from me. Sir, I am confused between USCMA and ACCA. Hello. Okay, might be the network issue. Just a second.
हेलो
Hello.
सर मेरी आवाज़ आ रही
Hello.
है?
Hello. Am I audible now?
यस यस सर.
Yeah. Sorry. There was internet lag, and that is why I got dropped off.
ओके.
Yes, Divyanshi, you had some question.
Okay, so Srikant wants to speak. Okay, before it, then we'll take the question of group.
ओके. हेलो सर.
Yeah. Hello, Shrikant.
Sir, from next month, sir, we have placements in our college, but there is no मतलब कुछ decide नहीं कि कौन सी company आएगी and for which roles. So I am not able to understand how to prepare for that roles. So can you help me with that? Which skills I should focus on for finance? That means अगर कोई भी अगर role के लिए company आएगी तो I can crack.
एक अंडरस्टैंडिंग चाहिए। आप अभी कौन सा
MBA finance
डिग्री परसू
second
कर रहे
year.
हैं?
MBA.
ये फाइनेंस, ओके। एंड हिस्टोरिकली, लाइक लास्ट ईयर क्या टाइप के कंपनीज आए थे आपके कॉलेज में? लास्ट ईयर।
जैसे सर इक्लर्स आई थी और मास्टर कार्ड आई थी सर.
ठीक है।
बहुत सारे आए थे. वही कंपनी आएंगी सर. मतलब
ओके,
अभी प्लेसमेंट हेड भी चेंज हो गए हमारे कॉलेज के, तो पॉसिबल
अंडरस्टूड।
नहीं कि वही कंपनीज आएंगे.
एंड कौन से रोल्स के लिए लिए थे? डू यू हैव एनी आइडिया?
कुछ मतलब सर अकाउंट पेएबल्स थे, FP&A के लिए थे, फाइनेंशियल एनालिस्ट के लिए थे,
ओके,
इन्वेस्टमेंट बैंकिंग और टैक्सेशन का.
अंडरस्टूड, अंडरस्टूड।
अ,
गॉट इट। सो आई थिंक ब्रॉडली आपके लिए क्या हेल्प करेगा इज दैट टू हैव एन अंडरस्टैंडिंग अबाउट डिफरेंट, जैसे एक फाइनेंशियल रिपोर्टिंग जो हम डिस्कस किए थे, विच वाज द कोर स्किल। आई थिंक इसी में आपका ये फाइनेंशियल रिपोर्टिंग, अकाउंट्स पेबल, टैक्सेशन, ये पूरे उसी में आ जाएंगे। सो टैक्सेशन में जनरली अगर वो एक इंडियन कंपनी है, सो ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड द मेजर लॉज, what is applicable for direct and indirect tax. जैसे कॉर्पोरेट में क्या टैक्सेस होते हैं, कब आपका टीडीएस लगता है, कब जीएसटी लगता है, अबाउट ब्रॉड इंडस्ट्रीज लाइक अभी जीएसटी का काफी बात चल रहा है, राइट? 2.0 अभी हुआ है, कल से लागू होगा. सो ट्राई टू गेट एन अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑन द जीएसटी रेट्स की ब्रॉडली वो कहाँ पे इफेक्ट हुआ है. मेरे लिंक्डइन पे भी आप चेक कर सकते हो, मैंने एक पोस्ट डाला था अबाउट दी थिंग्स. Second thing is about understanding the different processes in financial reporting: accounts payable, accounts receivable, uh, treasury, payroll, inventory, fixed asset. ये सब में आप कैसे अकाउंटिंग करते हो एंड कैसे रिपोर्टिंग करते हो. आई एम श्योर आपके एमबीए करिकुलम में ये पूरा होगा, बट जस्ट ब्रश अप ऑन दोस थिंग्स. एंड अगर आप रिपोर्टिंग साइड में जा रहे हो तो दैट विल बी बेस्ड ऑन अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड्स जो होते हैं, इंडस्ट्रियल अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड्स. एंड अगर एफपीए में है तो दैट इज मोर अबाउट एनालिसिस कि हाउ डू यू रीड द बैलेंस शीट्स एंड द फाइनेंशियल रिजल्ट. आई थिंक दैट विल हेल्प यू. तो अगर आप ये
Okay.
3-4 ब्रॉड एरियाज पे अगर आप फोकस करेंगे, आई थिंक मेजरली आपका कवर हो जाएगा. बाकी कीप एन अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ जो भी रिसेंटली हो रहा है, क्योंकि आपको मोस्टली उसी पे पूछा जाएगा.
Thank you, sir.
श्योर.
सर सर इन फाइनेंशियल एनालिस्ट अगर आप जा रहे हो या बैंकिंग में अगर आप जा रहे हो तो सर टैक्सेशन का रोल कितना है, मतलब क्योंकि सर आई एम थिंकिंग दैट कि जो टैक्सेशन का जो सब्जेक्ट है, मैं ये सोच रहा था कि मैं इसको ऑप्शनल में डालूं, मतलब ना लूं. तो कितना रोल है टैक्सेशन का, उसको पढ़ना चाहिए या फिर
आई थिंक
मतलब
अगर
सर
आप
अलग अलग सब्जेक्ट होते हैं यहाँ पे फाइनेंस में, तो
गॉट इट.
उसमें टैक्सेशन का भी एक सब्जेक्ट है, तो मैं सोच रहा था कि उसको मैं ना लूं. तो सो आपका व्यू क्या है सर इस पे?
आई थिंक फाइनेंशियल एनालिसिस में टैक्सेशन मे नॉट बी दी कोर आपका जो टॉपिक है या कोर सब्जेक्ट हो सकता है. उसमें जनरली आपका बजटिंग एक रहेगा, फोरकास्टिंग एक रहेगा, कैश फ्लो मैनेजमेंट रहेगा. ये चीजें आपको ज्यादा हेल्प करेगी. Taxation, अगर you have a choice and you do not want to take that, especially for your analysis role, you just have an understanding, may not take it as a core subject, but just understand what kind of taxes are applicable. जैसे अगर आपको पूछा जाए कि एक कंपनी है इंडिया में, तो वो क्या क्या टाइप टैक्सेस उसको लगते हैं, तो आप बताएंगे जीएसटी रहेगा, इनकम टैक्स रहेगा, तो just have a broad understanding. I think that is what I have also done for any topics that I don't know. I just have a broad understanding of what those topics are about, and then you will be able to build on that. Of course, if during the interview or during your career you feel that you need help, please raise your voice and tell them that this is what you are aware of, but you are willing to learn more about it. So I think that will show that you have that zeal and the interest to learn, and also you are telling them that you do not have the expertise in that sector.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Ojas.
Yes. Uh, Good evening, sir. My name is Ojas Telalo. Currently, I'm pursuing MBA in finance, and I want to join either in corporate finance or be part of financial planning and analysis team. Can you please guide me? What should I do?
I think corporate finance and FP&A in most of the companies, if they are not big, large MNCs, both these roles are generally handled by the same, department. Like the companies for few that I have worked upon, this was done by the same department. In few companies like Dr. Reddy's and Bosch, you had a different team. So both have, complementary skill set that is required. If you're going into corporate financial, it is more about how the accounts are prepared and how you would like to report them. So have basic understanding of the accounting standards, in the industrial, Indian accounting standards compared to IFRS, that would help you. And what all are relevant to the company's industry, जो कि बहुत कम होते हैं, but major ones if you can pick up, like accounting standard on revenue, accounting standard on provisions, accounting standard on fixed assets, reporting, ये पूरा अगर आप देख लेंगे तो you will get an understanding. FP&A में it is more on the understanding. Like आपको पूछेंगे कि if the current assets are what is the ideal current asset ratio that should be there. So I think having a knowledge about the ratios and then trying to understand कि what parameter is good for a company, that business understanding will help you in FP&A roles.
Sir, sir, if I want to do any certification, can you suggest some certification which will help in my future journey?
I think if something is not covered in core relating to your accounting standard or the IFRS gap जो आपने नाम सुना होगा generally accepted accounting principles. So US gap रहता है, global gap रहता है, Indian gap रहता है, and then you have the standards IFRS, Ind AS, AS. So ये सब पे there are, as I mentioned earlier, big sixes जो है KPMG, PwC, Deloitte, EY, BDO, and GT, Grant Thornton. These all have their certification courses on these. So any one of them which you feel you have their sites, you have their links. Try to understand what is the course, if that is relevant to your role that you're applying for. Any one of them is equally accepted. And most likely वही companies आपको hire भी कर लेंगे because they are the ones who have trained you.
Yes. Sir, before pursuing finance, I have done engineering in computer science and AI/ML, and I
Sure.
also have 3 years of working experience as a senior software engineer in
Wow.
an international investment firm.
Okay. Okay.
So, leveraging my current understanding, like core software development,
Hmm.
plus I have a great expertise on this AI ML, the traditional models, as well as the new generative AI models.
Sure.
And with my current domain knowledge that I have learned during my MBA, what type of profile should I target?
Interesting question. I think first of all, I would like to mention that the mix that you're talking about is having an understanding of the AI and ML, and now pursuing a career in finance. I think that's a very deadly combination, which if used well and if everything goes in your favor, you could just be in the easily top called for candidates. I think the things that you should look for is uh, how AI is getting blended in the tools that is used in finance. I think we discussed during the presentation as well that
Yes, sir.
Python, आपका Power BI, all these, and tally matlab any ERP also nowadays they are using AI into them. Tally is what I've seen, tally and navision is what I've seen they are implementing. So I think having an understanding of these things, that could be one which can help you in getting your job done easier. Second thing is you can explore one more opportunity because you know how these things work in the background. You can also become a consultant who helps in actually implementing these. For example,
Hmm.
McD is exploring a ERP software, and
Okay.
there are engineers or companies like say SAP who have that software, but they need someone in between who can understand what McD wants in their financial reports, and there should be someone from SAP side to explain to McDonald's that what kind of offerings they have from the technical. So I think your role could also fit best where you can act as a implementation specialist, and it is a niche category but a highly demand and highly paid. Of course, if you have the right if you take the right journey, that could be one great thing because you know how those technical things work, from the information technology side, from the app side, and you also know the finance knowledge, so you would be able to explain what the software company is trying to tell to the finance company who is trying to buy that software. So that could be one area that you can explore.
Yes. But sir, like I said, I have been pursuing finance since I started my MBA. So, if you consider my full-time working experience in finance is less than 1 year, if that is
Right.
the case, what type of companies, like the size of the companies I should target so that I would be getting the opportunity, and those opportunities will income come as my trust from the company side that you can trust this person to build such things.
I think then you have consulting companies in the market who have their own tools, something like Salesforce. They have their own tools. Accenture has their own tool. There's one more that we have.
Deloitte?
Zoho, Deloitte,
Oh,
of course, they have tools which, but they generally use it to pitch to their clients. What I'm talking
hmm,
about is probably a software which are for more wider market use. So
Okay.
basically जो आप बोलते हैं in your tech term the product based companies, but who
Hmm.
are dealing in finance related softwares. So
Okay.
जैसे
So
so those
like a fintech company.
like fintech, yes, fintech companies could be a good fit for you. You have these Razorpay, Paytm, all these things, phone pay,
Hmm.
because there of course it is more on D2C, like direct to
Hmm.
consumer. You could do that differentiation whether you would like to do on B2B, which is businesses catering to businesses, something like what Salesforce and Zoho does or Tally does, or something that you would like to do to direct consumers like PhonePe or Paytm. So I think these companies who actually have their software in finance and people use that with a tech understanding, I think these could be a good platform for you to eye out.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. You have cleared a lot of my doubts and provided me a direction to work on.
All right. Thank you. Glad it helped.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Thanks.
Okay, so we are having few more questions. I know you've taken a lot of time with yours.
No
I
problem.
do understand. Okay, so we are having only three more questions left. First of all, from Dhruvi, she says, I'm confused between US CMA and ACCA.
Okay. I will admit I have limited knowledge with these professional degrees, but I can share whatever I understand. ACCA from the UK, what I understand is more on the accounting aspect of it. So it is something like a mini version of someone who would like to get a career in accounting side or the reporting side only. That is the main use what I've seen for ACCA professionals. A mini version of CA, you can say, where the focus is more on subjects like financial reporting, accounting, uh, these things. CMA, on the other hand, is more from the business, side. I would treat CMA as a nice blend of what you would see in an MBA professional and a finance professional. I think that is what CMA offers. Uh, from the management angle, I think that is more relevant to people who are looking for uh, opportunities or careers in FP&A role, analytical role, these things. I think that is where CMA would play a better role, and ACCA would play a better role in things where you have transactional and process oriented, roles. Like you have an accounts payable specialist, or you have a treasury specialist, you have a GL, general ledger, SME, or someone who is supposed to handle the bookkeeping or the accounting process. That is where ACCA would help. Of course, a disclaimer, this is what I understood. Maybe you can reach out, or I will try to gain more understanding. You can message me on LinkedIn. I accept connection requests, so I will try to understand more from my peers and my friends who have done this. I know a few who have done ACCA or who are pursuing, so I can get insights if I can.
Okay, so the next question is from Aditya Thakur. So I'm doing BTech in mechanical engineering and I'm first year student. So what skill I learned that helped me in future?
So Aditya is pursuing mechanical engineering, and he would like to understand about what skills in finance he should learn.
Not specified. It will be great if you can
General.
specify a little
In
bit.
general. Okay, I'm not sure if I can guide you on the technical aspects of the engineering, because I'm not qualified to do that. But what I can say is, in general, what we discussed and what we discussed in the playbook and in the things about interview and about resume is, you build your network. I think playbook will still hold good for Aditya. Is that build your network, try to research on the things that are of your interest and that you would like to pursue upon. And if you have some companies in your mind and you would like to take your first job in the future, try to understand what those companies are working upon and what the skill sets they are asking for. The best way to learn that is, go to that company's LinkedIn page. You will find a section jobs, and try to filter out for the relevant jobs and departments. You have many filters there, and if you find 3 4 things, not necessary that it is of the same role or the experience that you are eyeing for. Maybe it is for 4 year experience but you are only applying for a fresher. but just understand as to what is the requirement, because that would help you to get into your first job. Of course, once you have done that, you would have your peers and your friends and your network to help you guide to the next step. But to get that first step and to get out of it, I think that would help you is to understand what the companies are looking for in the talent in the market. And second thing is, try to network as much as possible with like-minded people. Discuss more. I know it's a tough task for few people. They find it difficult to interact and speak, but trust me, it is for your own benefit. When you look at the results that you would get in the future, it would all be worth. So go for it.
Right. Okay. So, Aldria has one question. Sir, how did I manage to pursue BCom honors and CA together? Also, how did you manage your studies? Also, though, with which platform you prepared for CA, books and online platform?
Okay. Very well, interesting. One clarification: I did my bachelor's of commerce, the general one, not the honors. But yes, it is true that I did both of them together. I think one structure or the workaround that worked was I actually studied from Badruka College of Commerce. It's a Osmania University affiliated college in Hyderabad. And what Badruka has been known traditionally for the last 60 years plus is that it is a CA friendly college. Reason being, it had its timings of college from 6 to 10, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Why it was CA friendly, considered by many CA fraternity people, my seniors, is that any articleship when we are pursuing, which is now 2 years, at my time it was 3 years, it would generally start at 10:30 or 11. And you, when you are attending a college, and I did my college in like soon after my 12th, and that is when I also cleared my CPT, and then my IPCC was there. So 1 year I did coaching and my first year of BCom together. My coaching either used to be in the evening. I used to prefer those classes which will be in the evening, so that I first attend my college and then I go to the coaching classes to get my intermediate exams cleared. Of course, it's my first year in college, so I wanted to use and experience it fully. Till that time, I did not have that privilege, so that was one reason that I attended all the classes in the first year. In the second year, when my results came out for intermediate and I cleared both the groups, so I was eligible for taking articleship in my second year of graduation. So at that time, I had to take a choice, and Badruka helped me because 6 to 10 was my college and 11 to 7 was my articleship. So I chose my articleship in 3-4 kilometer surrounding, which helped me in reducing the travel time, and I was able to attend that on time. So that is how that was managed in the second year. I think the challenge came in the third year when I started preparing for my finals and I had my coaching in the morning, some of the classes. So to answer your other question as to how I did, I actually relied on offline physical coaching. Online was prevalent like 12 years ago, but I was not comfortable. I am of a different uh, thinking or a mindset that I would like to go and attend a physical class. So I chose the classes which were in the morning because in the evening it would impact my articleship training. So in the morning they used to be at 6 to 9, and by that time I think I would say stars worked in my favor. Badruka changed its timing from 10 to 2. So what happened is I used to just miss the first periods. I think it was 9 to 2 maybe. So I used to miss the first period and attend my coaching, come back, try to attend 2 periods, and the remaining three I used to again miss because I had to go for my articleship. So what I would say is I used something that worked in my favor. What I can also comment today is you may hardly find any colleges which are working in those timelines. So best thing which I have seen when I was working with EY and other things where people were pursuing both was that like EY, when I was in EY for around 1.5 year, the interns who were going there, they were also pursuing BCom. So what they used to do is they used to take these colleges from open universities. IGNOU is the best example which they used to enroll for. No need to attend for any physical classes, only for exams, which the companies were comfortable in giving them that leaves. How did they manage the study is because two things were working in favor, and now also it would work in anyone's favor if they are trying to do that. One, CA's curriculum is much higher. I'm not demeaning like the curriculum of BCom, but CA being a professional degree, its curriculum is more, in depth, and it is more focused on industry and making you prepare as a professional. So that will most likely cover the syllabus or the requirements that you have in your bachelor's degree of commerce. Second thing is you are also going through a practical experience of whatever you're learning in CA and you're already applying in articleship. So that again will help you in cracking the BCom exams.
नींद आ रही है बहुत
That is
तेज
what has
और ये
helped me
सेशन
earlier.
खत्म नहीं हो रहा है.
For me, I think what worked in my favor was the college timings. In today's world, if you do not have that,
पौने दो
I would
घंटे हो चुके
recommend
हैं
have a
सेशन.
bachelor's degree because that would help you. CA may not emphasize much on that, but if you are trying to do, because you do not know what you would like to do in the future, if you would like to do an MBA, a bachelor's is a must. So have a bachelor's degree. No one is going to look at from which college you have done that. Trust me, my bachelor's degree only has my university name, not my college name. So it's okay. No one is going to ask you as to which university you have done your graduation from, but do a graduation degree. Do something which complements your training and your CA curriculum. I think Open University would work. I'm not sure if any other universities recommend this flexible approach, but Open Universities work best. You get your degree, and once you are a CA or any professional, that degree, of course it's there, but it is likely to get overshadowed, so that's fine.
Okay, so this is the last question that we are having, and that is from Pratham. Pratham. So, in central bank digital currencies versus cryptocurrencies, which would act as the future of the finance field, and which of these is more AI scalable? Just a doubt because many companies are looking into crypto payments these days due to secure blockchain technology. How to understand which is better?
Wow. uh, so I think the central bank digital currency CBDC that you're mentioning works on the concept of blockchain, and crypto currencies, most of them, they also work on the concept of blockchain. So I think the model which is underlying both of them, the question that was asked, is the same. CBDC and crypto both use the same. It's just on how they are being regulated or monitored, in my understanding. CBDC, of course, you have a backing of the sovereign state, and crypto is more privately backed, or backed by individuals or organizations. So if you're asking me as to how AI would be used in this technology, I think the technology remains the same, which is blockchain, and AI and blockchain are going hand in hand. So if your interest is to understand about that technology, I think I would recommend you to work on the core, underlying factor, which is blockchain, and then build your interest either on crypto or on CBDC. Because once you understand the concept on how the blockchain works, both understanding both will be helpful. In my opinion, I think India has its own share of managing, and recently you would have heard about um, like crypto. I think 3 years ago they have brought it under the tax scanner at the highest tax rate which is available, and CBDC, there was also a plan that they will be launching it. So I think as how India is seeing it, there is future to it. Otherwise, ministry would not have paid any attention, and now they have a proposal and a plan to go ahead with that. So I think it's a promising technology. But if you would like to focus and study, or gain more understanding, I think blockchain is the first focus. Then I think you can discuss on crypto or CBDC, whichever.
Okay, so this is the last question that we had.
Right.
Now it's time to end the session. I know I've taken a lot of your time, so just the if you can tell any of the advice, any of the last advice to our students, our freshers, and then we'll wrap up the session.
Sure. I think first I would like to thank the Vyanshi Pregrad team and all my listeners and my students for having a being a patient listener, and having those interactive session, because the questions that I'm now hearing and which have come to me, they actually tell a lot about what you have learned and what already you have thought about your career. So I think you're on the right track about having the first step as to which career you would like to be in, and what kind of things you should have. In today's environment, you have everything at our disposal. You, me, everyone, we have at our disposal. Only thing is remain focused, because in the age of plenty you will easily get distracted. Always have your focus. Try to get things. Suppose you're trying to finish a professional degree, focus on that, get it done. You want to get into your dream company, focus on that, get it done. Because you will always have chances in life. I'm not saying to completely stop other things and only give undivided focus, but yes, have your prime most utmost focus on the things that you would like to do in life, be it anywhere. And second thing is be confident, and whatever step you take, do ample research. I think we have discussed a lot in detail, but I think this is my final thought, is to have and do ample research, take calculated risks in life, but take risks. I recommend that because I have taken a few in my life. Some have worked, some have not. They may not, always work in our favor, but it's okay. If it is calculated, you know where you will fall, and you are willing to take that risk, it means you are ready to take that fall. It's okay. Age is with you. I think that is what I would like to tell. You have time in front of you. Make best use of it. Thank you.
Great, great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Deepak sir, for sharing such valuable insights with us. Also, guys, I've already shared the LinkedIn profile of him in the chat box so that you guys can connect with him there. And for further more details, I am sharing the group once again so that if you haven't joined, you can join the group for the certifications as well as the recordings. Here. And for more of our sessions, stay tuned. We conduct these every weekend and hope we will have more sessions with Deepak sir as well. So thank you so much for joining. Thank you everyone for listening to us patiently. And yeah, that is it from our side. Thank you. Stay tuned for the next one.
Thank you very much, everyone. Goodbye.